In honor of the 4th of July, I challenge you to write your own Declaration of Independence. From what do you choose to free yourself? A relationship that doesn't serve you? A boss, job, client, situation, environment that you are no longer willing to tolerate? An old way of being that has to go? What becomes possible if you dial up your autonomy, self-agency, and personal leadership? Life is way too short to live within a framework that doesn't work for you. Claim the right to your life, liberty, and the pursuit of your happiness. This is The Growth Moment with your coach, Amy Kay. Inspiration, ideas, and incredible insights for you to be more and do more. Get ready to grow today. There comes a moment in everyone's life. In fact, there might be many moments where a situation finally becomes too much, intolerable, unsustainable, and you need to call it for what it is. Time to declare your independence. This episode is for you if you are hitting one of those liberation moments. You're contemplating a change. This is a chance to dive in and actively work through a deep coaching exercise. I will walk you through the concept and process of creating your own declaration. The episode is also great if you just want to explore the concept and ponder how an independence upgrade might apply to your life in the future. I was inspired by the American celebration of 4th of July, reflecting on my country's Declaration of Independence. The bold clarity of writing out an actual declaration, putting it up for all the world to see. Indeed, it is an incredibly liberating process. And it might be an American idea, but I welcome everyone, no matter where you come from, to avail yourself of some revolutionary spirit. We humans do this crazy thing where we don't claim the freedom that we truly have. We start to believe that we don't have a choice, that it's just the way it is. Life by default. Go along to get along. Afraid to make a break or chart new territory. I believe we all have a huge amount of unclaimed freedom. Freedom from comparison or other people's expectations. From the inner critic. From an addiction, a deeply dysfunctional relationship, or a soul-sucking job. Freedom from debt. Old beliefs that no longer ring true, or even your town, city, state, or country. Freedom from people, places, and situations that you simply have outgrown. We often step back from independence because it is scary. It means leaving our comfort zone, no longer having the security of dependence. Freedom requires courage, clarity, and fortitude. However, the gifts of independence are immense, including finding your own autonomy, self-agency, and power. If you are ready to explore what your Declaration of Independence might look like, let's start by pondering a few questions. You can do this coaching exercise in chunks, clear some time and space to really dig in. You also can just listen and come back later to work through it more deeply. As always, feel free to pause the audio at any time so you can take notes. Okay, what are you no longer willing to tolerate? What have you outgrown? From what or whom do you wish to free yourself? If you claim the right to your life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, what might your Declaration of Independence be? When we come back, we're going to grab the 6 key guidelines from the actual Declaration of Independence, adopted July 4th, 1776, to use as our template. I had a big coaching geek out when I sat down to reread the actual Declaration of Independence. What struck me is the underlying format, a self-growth template written almost 250 years ago. I found it illuminating. There is an inherent process to follow in crafting one's own declaration. So I'm going to take you through 6 steps and read actual parts of the declaration, old-fashioned language and all. But then I will explain how the concepts relate to you. But not to worry, I won't read the whole document. I will summarize and paraphrase a bit in order to get to the heart of the process. Just in case you need it, I put a link to the original declaration in the show notes. Step 1. This is all about acknowledging that you are at a possible independence crossroads. Here's what the founders had to say. When, in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them, a decent respect requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to separation. I love this. You get to acknowledge that in the course of your human events, your life, it has become necessary to separate from a person, situation, behavior, etc. And the only decent thing to do is to declare the causes that impel you to separate. So the very first step is to recognize if this is one of those moments. In the midst of your human events, are you feeling compelled to separate from something? Are there bonds, ties, threads, connections that you need to sever? We will get to listing the actual causes later. For now, just check out whether there is an area in your life that you wish to assume a, quote, separate and equal station. Go ahead and pause. Really think about it. Step 2. This is about claiming your right to live life your way. Here it goes. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that there are unalienable rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted, but whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers that shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence indeed will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes. Okay, the deal is that you have an inherent right to your life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It's your life, no one else's. And if the way things are set up fundamentally don't work for you anymore, you get a redo to change it all into a framework that you think will be better. This is radical ownership, self-responsibility. But there is that little caveat. You don't go changing for trivial reasons or over things that are a passing phase. You don't have a revolution every time you are dissatisfied or hit a challenge. So, if you really do have the right to your life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and are willing to take ownership and responsibility, is this a moment to create a new foundation based on your principles and values in a way that is most likely to foster your safety and happiness? Are there truly important reasons, self-evident truths for this change? Or is it just a passing fancy? What say you so far? Again, feel free to pause the audio and capture your thoughts and questions. Step 3. This one is about how we all can find it difficult to make a break, so it helps to go over your reasons. Here's how the founders put it. Accordingly, all experience hath shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer, while evils are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But after a long train of abuses and usurpations, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government. To prove this, let facts be submitted to a candid world. These guys got it. They recognize the human propensity to suffer, even for a long time. It's not easy to change. What's easy is to keep doing what you are doing. The point is that when you have an ongoing, unsustainable situation, it's not only your right, but your duty to do something about it. And it helps to add up the reasons, gather the facts, look it in the eye. Really be clear on why it's time for a change. The founders actually listed 27 facts, a big chunk of the declaration. What are your facts or causes? How many might you have? Go ahead and jot them down. Stream of consciousness, no editing or second guessing. All the reasons why you are contemplating independence from what is intolerable, unsustainable, untenable, or that you have just outgrown. And then take a look at your list. Are these sufficient reasons to stop the suffering? Take as long as you wish, and when we come back, we will do the other 3 steps. Hopefully, you have some notes or at least thoughts about your independence area, claiming that you have a right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of your happiness, and an initial list of reasons or causes that impel you to separation from what is no longer working in your life. Let's dive into step 4. This step helps make sure that you have tried your darndest to fix things before you make a break. The founders said, in every stage of these oppressions, we have petitioned for redress in the most humble terms. Our repeated petitions have been answered only by repeated injury. And then it goes on to talk about how hard they tried to make things better. I like this, the idea that shit's not working. I have clarity on the why and facts of why it's not working. And I can honestly say that I've done my due diligence. I've made earnest and sincere efforts to improve the situation. Clean and clear. What about you? Have you petitioned? Have you done your level best to make things work? Is there anything left to try? If so, go take care of it and come back later. If not, on to step 5. Now for the bottom line. Here is the big paragraph. We therefore, the representatives of the United States of America, solemnly publish and declare that these united colonies are and of right ought to be free and independent states, that they are absolved from all allegiance to the British Crown, and that all political connection between them is and ought to be totally dissolved. And that as free and independent states, they have full power to levy war, conclude peace, contract alliances, establish commerce, and to do all other acts and things which independent states may do. That's the actual declaration. We are free. We are going to take care of ourselves. determine our best way to live life, leverage our liberty, and pursue happiness. Hear it for yourself. You have the authority to claim your independence, the power to create or design your life on your terms. You decide how it goes. But make no mistake, this definitive break or dissolution demands ownership and responsibility. It is now in your hands, and you might have to fight for that independence. If it was easy, everyone would do it. That's why you need the last step. Step 6, one more line. And for the support of this declaration, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. That's the kicker for me. The declaration requires support, an all-in nature. The recognition you are pledging your life, your fortune, your sacred honor. To me, that means your integrity, values, talents, and you'll give it your all. Support from yourself and everyone else you gather around you. So, are you ready to put your actual declaration into words? See if you can write a first draft that acknowledges that it's truly time to make a break, that you have the absolute right to decide how to live your life, a duty to take full responsibility, powerful reasons for the change, and have put in full effort to fix what you could. Then state your bottom line, declaration, and how you pledge your support to your independence going forward. This is a work in progress. America's founders had weeks of conversations, and Thomas Jefferson took 17 days to write the 1,320 words in the final document. Take your time. When we come back, I will share a few real-life declarations and my closing thoughts. Here are a few declarations from clients. Just the bottom line, not the whole version. I declare my independence from overgiving and people-pleasing. I declare my independence from the expectations I think others have of me. I claim the freedom that comes from doing what I know or think is best. I declare my independence from alcohol and all the wreckage it has created. I declare independence from not speaking up and avoiding tough conversations. I will now live in authenticity, truth, and build deeper quality relationships. I declare independence from the debt hanging over my head. I pledge my full effort to creating true financial independence. I declare independence from this job that is going nowhere and a company that I no longer believe in. It's time to invest in me. I declare my independence from what I thought I was supposed to be or do. That came from others, not from who I truly am in relationship to my God. This independence is a necessity in order to live the fullness of my potential, to dance with joy and freedom with whom I choose. Just as in 1776, the Declaration doesn't mean it's a done deal. The Declaration is the start, your stake in the ground, the line in the sand. Then you have to go for it. Do the hard work, figure stuff out, learn as you grow. And gaining your independence doesn't mean that you don't appreciate what has come before or throw it out the window. It's not all scorched earth and burn the bridges. There are different types of independence movements. Full-fledged revolution, never going back. But there is also honoring and building on the past, or cycling around and iterating new versions. You have many options and more than one right answer of how to move forward. Don't forget to create your support system for your independence movement. Know that this episode and the process and template is a tool you can use throughout your life. Pull it out when you hit those liberation opportunities or necessities. And really do write out your declaration. Sign and date it, put it on parchment, and read it out loud. I hope you found something invaluable today. I loved creating this process. Reach out if you need help with your draft. Know that I'm always here for one-on-one private coaching or with my coaching groups and workshops. Find all the episodes on thegrowthmoment.com and subscribe, follow on your favorite podcast app or my YouTube channel. Don't forget to rate and review. Now get out there and grow today.